Hey loves, so it's me again. So I'm doing just a check-in video with little baby Jerry. We're at basketball practice with the girls and we're just hanging out, waiting for them to get done. Of course, it'll be about an hour before we're done. You should hear things in the background. You'll hear background noises. Hold on just a second. That might help a little bit. Curb out some of the background noise. So I was just checking in with everybody, seeing how everybody's doing. I hope everybody had a great weekend. We should be doing another reading. Hopefully tonight, if I can get home and get dinner down, and once I get all the kiddos down, then maybe I can get another book out for everybody to read. I know I've been kind of lacking on that, and we've had a lot going on right now, but hopefully we can do that tonight. If not, we'll do some in the morning. I can show you guys what he's wearing. Hold on just a second. Getting all shifted around here. So he's got his new blanket, which you guys haven't seen, but it's got like an elephant on it, and it says hanging out, and if you flip it up, it's got a little monkey on it, palm trees. And then we've got his cover, because he does use his sissy's car seat, because I only usually take one out when I go. So we got this one, which is really pretty. I like. And then he is in here in he's got a little tiger onesie and black pants, and he's got his little socks on. I didn't put any shoes on him. We weren't getting out. And then it's kind of hard to see because it is getting dark. I apologize. And then he's got his little hat in. Let me see if I can pull in closer for you guys to see. He's wearing his little hat. So he just came to join me. We did another video a little while ago, and so right now we're just checking in with everybody. I know it's kind of dark, so I won't keep everybody too long, but I just wanted to see how everybody was doing, if everybody had a good weekend, and all that wonderful stuff. So hold on, I'm gonna flip this around. I think you guys, yay, it's me, hi, how's everybody? And just check in. Something else I wanted to talk about, and I don't generally do stuff like this because it is not reborn related. Hold on, I'm opening it a little bit so we got some air flowing in here. But I have noticed this a lot in the reborn community. And so I wanted to bring a little awareness to it. Anxiety awareness, depression, mental illness as a whole. For anybody that knows and does a lot of research and stuff like that on the United States as a whole, I'm sure as the world as a whole, but the United States as a whole, mental illness is on the rise. It is very prominent, unfortunately, and it gets downplayed a lot, even though it shouldn't. I have quite a few friends and people that I know that suffer from some sort of mental illness, whether it be depression, anxiety, PTSD, or it be something else, whether it be bipolar, schizophrenia. I do have a child that has mental issues, and I wouldn't change him for the world, and I myself have anxiety and I suffer from depression. I know that it used to be a very hush-hush, you don't tell nobody, but it needs to be told. And it needs to be told to everybody who does suffer from these things. If you suffer from it, don't hide it. By no means should you ever hide your feelings and what you are going through, because the more you hide it, the worse it will get. I don't care how many people say, oh, well, if you just push it to the back, it'll go away. No, it doesn't go to the back. Pushing it back does not make it go away. In fact, it just makes it worse. You need to be able to feel comfortable to talking about it and not be embarrassed that, hey, I have this problem. For a long time, I was very embarrassed to tell people I dealt with social anxiety. I hate social anxiety. The name aside just makes me cringe. But I have it. And I'm not afraid to admit it. A lot of people do not understand that because I have it, and this is funny because you guys hear me on the videos, but generally outside of that, I don't particularly like to socialize outside of my small inner circle of my family, and that's just about it. I don't deal well with stress because it causes me to become very panicky. And because of the anxiety goes hand in hand with depression. And I deal with it as well. Because it is embarrassing. It is embarrassing to know that, your friends invite you out to do things and you can't do it. Because it just sends you into a state of panic. And I did see a couple videos recently from other reborners in the community, one very prominent one, and it broke my heart because a comment that she made was she felt like she was all alone and that there was nobody within our community or anywhere that felt like she did. And I don't want to call out names because I don't want it to become, something big and brought up to her attention, but should she ever watch this, please know, honey, you are not alone. You are not alone. I know how you feel. I know what social anxiety does. I know the panic you feel. I know the wanting to be alone because if you're alone, you don't have to worry about what others are perceiving of you or how, I apologize, I had to move again, or, how everything is going to be, perceived, or are people going to like you, or are people going to start something and then you're unable to do, answer, or whatever the feeling is. I understand. I really do. More than you know, and you're not alone because guess what? I'm not alone and neither are you. There's plenty of us in the world that feel this way. Unfortunately, we do because we feel this way. Feel like we're alone. Something that I told my family one day, and this best describes this for somebody who doesn't deal with this and doesn't deal with this part of mental illness, is you can be in a room full of people you love and that love you back, and a whole crowded room, and even though you're crowded around with all these people that love and care about you and want to be with you and stuff like that, deep down inside you still feel like you are all alone and there's nobody there for you. No matter how you know that that's not the case, it is still how you feel. And it is a very harsh reality to feel that, because it is a reality to you, whether you realize it or not. It is very much a reality, and anybody that puts you down and says otherwise has never been through that. And I don't care how much they say, oh well, pick yourself up and dust yourself off and go on about your business, because it's silly. It's not silly, and if you don't deal with it, you don't understand what it feels like. It is a feeling that you would never want. You wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy. Same thing with depression. Oh, I'm so sorry. Lights went out. My bad. Sorry, my car's on a timer and I don't have it on at the moment. And depression's the same way. PTSD. That is probably, and anybody that says that PTSD is only for people that have been in the military, that is not true. Anybody who has gone through a certain trauma that has caused a lot of trauma in their life can suffer from PTSD. Now, is it typically seen and brought to the forefront for everybody to understand with soldiers? Yes, and that shouldn't take away from any soldiers either, because I cannot imagine what they go through. And I don't think that I personally could go through it myself. So please say I understand. I'm not taking away from what they deal with, and my heart goes out to each and every one of them that suffer from it. But my heart also goes out to those that suffer from it because of rape or abuse or emotional abuse, or just some people get PTSD from a death of a member of their family. And it's hard. And so don't think I'm take away from that, because I feel for you. I really do. I feel for you very much so. Not only that, the other side of mental illness, where you have those that are dealing with schizophrenia, bipolar, schizoaffective disorders, stuff like that. You know, I know a lot of people said back then you made fun of them. And that's not what you should do. If you have those disorders, or you know somebody who has, you know what that causes. You know that within a family, it can create a lot of havoc within the family alone, because the people that are caring for you or caring for that person that's like that, you know, it takes a toll on everybody. It really does. And it's hard, and it doesn't mean you don't love them. In fact, in the end, you love them even more, because you love them for faults and all. And so the people that don't understand that, or that are, you know, make fun of them, or I've even seen people that have found out that, you know, this person has bipolar and they don't want anything to do with them because, you know, oh, they're crazy. You know, let's just be honest. Everybody's crazy in their own right. I'm sorry, but everybody's crazy in their own right. You know, I don't care how perfect you are. You're a little crazy somewhere in there. And that's okay. It's okay. And I apologize for rambling. I do that a lot. I know. But I guess seeing the video from this person, and I will say this, she is an artist. She's a reborn artist. She's a very well-known reborn artist. And the one that I saw just absolutely broke my heart. Just absolutely tore my heart out, because it made me want to say, you know, just grab her and hug her, simply because I know what she's going through. And anybody that has the social anxiety depression disorder understands as well that you're not the only person, and you're not the only one alone. Please don't think you're alone, because you're not. You're not. And we love you. And just like, you know, with any disease. And so for me, from Adventures in Reborns, I want to say, if you suffer from a mental disorder, whatever it may be, or you suffer from anxiety or whatever, please know you are always in my thoughts. You are always in my prayer. I may not know you personally, but I do pray for all those that suffer from this, because I suffer from it. Not only that, know that I'm here. If you are going through something and you need to talk, please make sure that, you know, drop it in the messages below, and I will find a way to get in contact with you. And, you know, I'm here to listen. I might not get back with you right away, because I do have a family of my own, not just my reborn family, but I do have a family of my own. But I will make time to cut with you and be able to, you know, help you. And if it's not simply that, just knowing that somebody knows what you're going through. And I do. I really do. This will drive me nuts, because there's not enough light. There we go. Hey, hi. So know that I know what you guys are going through, and not just from my perspective, but like I said, I do have a child that is mentally ill, and so I do understand from that as perspective too. If you're a parent that has a child that suffers that, please understand. I do understand that as well, and I understand how hard that is, but I also understand that as a parent, you love that child just as much, if not a little bit more, because you know that they need that, and they need that extra special, you know, love and care. So I'm going to end this, because if not, I will continue to ramble for the rest of the night, and I'm so sorry. Again, like I said, I came with Jerry, so I'll show you guys him one last time. He's relaxing. Hold on. He's just kind of chilling, taking a nap. I wish I could sleep good. I never sleep that good. Then again, I'm not vinyl. And I'm not at all. But anyway, I love you guys. And again, if anybody ever needs anything, please don't hesitate to drop it below. I'm always here. I know that sometimes I do ramble a lot. And sometimes I take very long stints, breaks. And sometimes, please understand, if I take big, long breaks from making videos, that's probably the case. Is, you know, going through something of my own. But it doesn't mean I don't love you guys. It doesn't mean I won't be back, because I will certainly be back. So, I love you guys. For everybody, and for those who need it, it's a great big hug being sent your way. And I will talk to you guys soon.